Hello everybody, and welcome to another top 5. This time it's top 5 players which need a downgrade in Barclays Premier League. Now it's pretty much the same rules as the last top 5 I did. I'm only allowed to pick one player from each club. However, some of you may disagree and say that I've actually broken that rule, but I would like to try and explain that the player that I've selected was previously from another club, and it was in that club that he had a poor season, therefore he deserves a downgrade. So there you go. Starting off, we have Joe Hart. Now, I'm not so sure about in this season, I wasn't too aware, but I think Joe Hart may have a decent season with Manchester City, but I feel it was mainly during the Euros, which Joe Hart was just like one of the players which just let England down massively. He had several blunders which just cost England goals and actually the loss to Iceland. A country in which, if you compare them against England, it's like England is 100 people and Iceland maybe not even one. So for that to happen, obviously Joe Hart also had other blunders as well, so I just think it's not be a huge downgrade, but from 84 to 83, so only a -1, but still. Now, as you probably know from the previous top 5, I am an Arsenal fan, but I do try to be objective when I can, and I do believe Espina did not have a great season last season, shall I say. I mean, it's only going to be a -1 overall again, overall 77, but the fact is that I specifically remember one match against West Ham. It was away for us, and Espina conceded a hat-trick to Andy Carroll, a player who I don't believe was scoring too many goals at that time, but Espina conceded a hat-trick to him. And I've also just watched a video in which Espina actually gets chipped at a penalty. So Espina's still a good player, just as Joe Hart's a good player, but I think he deserves a -1 overall to overall 77. Those are the two actual goalkeepers over and done with. The rest of them are outfield players. Yeah, we get to Chelsea. Now, before somebody goes and clicks off this video and dislikes it, I want to try to explain my point, and it is going to be Eden Hazard. The previous season, Chelsea did amazing. They obviously won the Barclays Premier League title, okay? And Eden Hazard played a huge part in that. He was almost made an overall 90 in FIFA 16 at the beginning. He was 1 overall off, and I can understand that, but at the beginning of the season, at least the first half of this season, he just did not show up, and Chelsea went from 1st to 10th, and to be honest with Chelsea, that's almost like being relegated, which is surprising to me. But because I'm only allowed to pick one player to be downgraded from Chelsea, I will pick Hazard, and I'll only do -2, so only -2, because he's still a very decent player. I mean, you take a look at some of the stats I'm going through with you now, they're decent greens, and probably those will stay, some of them will stay, but -2 to overall 86, same as Courtois and Fabregas. He's still a decent player. He did pick up eventually in the second half of the season, but yeah. I hope I made my point clear, just Josh or JJ, but yeah, overall 86 for Eden Hazard. Now, this player you'll probably know from the previous season from Aston Villa, Ben Teke. And the problem that he's had this season, he's just not been able to re-perform. He had a great season with Aston Villa. He got them all the way to the FA Cup final, which, well, obviously they lost to us, Arsenal, but it was still an amazing feat that they did. So, why he was not able to re-perform that in Liverpool? Maybe it's a bigger club, I don't know. Maybe he was just not used to it. But either way, he was not able to re-perform that season, and so he's going to have a downgrade. But like Dimitri Payet in the other top 5, I wasn't sure if to give him a -2 or -1, so it's either going to be overall 78 or 79, but either way he definitely needs a downgrade due to the fact that he's not had a great season, not be able to reproduce what he did beforehand, which is a shame, because he can be a decent player when he needs to be, just not that season. Now this is the one, Wijnaldum. He was originally from Newcastle, obviously, but obviously Newcastle have been relegated, and Barclays Premier League is just not going to be the same without Aston Villa and Newcastle. But the fact that Newcastle got relegated and he's actually overall 80, I don't think it should be the case. He's gone to Liverpool, yes, now he has, but he just wasn't able to step up for Newcastle. So overall 80 is just too much for him. I would say it's a definite -2 overalls to minus, it's overall 78 is what I'm thinking. But there you go, whether you agree with me, considering I've already picked a Liverpool player, but he did used to be in Newcastle, so I hope you can see where I'm coming from. But there you go.